Yeah, so I'll get started. My name is Caitlin Armbruster, and I work as University Relations Coordinator at USAC, which is University Studies Abroad Consortium. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the more affordable side of studying abroad with us at USAC. There are additional presentations that we offer. If you go to our website, and I'll drop our website name in the chat, it's just usac.edu. You can follow along with me. Actually, I might need to add a www to that to make it clickable. Let's see if that works. Nope. Okay, you're on your own. I'm sure you can enter that into your browser. But if you follow along and you click on the Getting Started tab on our main website, you'll find the virtual advising hub where there are a list of other types of presentations like USAC 101s and areas for you to schedule advising appointments with our advisors. If you want to talk about a specific program or just in generally, we're here to help you with that. So I see there's a few students in the room, Brian, Fatima, Ashley, thank you for being here. If you do have any questions, please feel free to throw those in the chat. I do want to make this as useful to you as possible. So if there's something you want me to speak about specifically, definitely just drop that in the chat and I'd be happy to go over it. But for today, I am going to be speaking again about some of the affordable pieces. But first, I want to get you set up to understand who USAC is and why you might want to study abroad with us. We've been an organization for almost 40 years. We're actually turning 39 this month. And we offer study abroad programs in over 50 locations around the world. We have a lot of really neat language immersive opportunities, a lot of great locations that are off the beaten track, where cultural immersion is a little bit more there, in those off the beaten track locations. But we also have a lot of really affordable options for our students, and we pride ourselves in supporting students with that affordability piece. So I'll take you through those things while I do this presentation. You might be curious what those locations are. So here is a list, those countries we go to. Many of these countries, we actually offer several different locations, different cities. So for example, in Spain, very popular study abroad location, we have 5 different locations. Italy, another really popular location, we have 4 different programs there. Thailand, we have 2, Costa Rica, we have 2. And on our website, if you go to, again, usac.edu and hit the programs button, you'll find the list of all these programs, and then you can use a drop-down menu to select from any of those. Lots of great locations, lots of great opportunities. It doesn't matter what you study, we definitely have a program where you can take some courses. What you can do is use our program search tool. You can either go to our main page, usac.edu, and use the drop-down menus to select your major or your minor or whatever course you're looking to take, to set other parameters such as the semester you want to go abroad or the term length you want to go abroad in. And those will populate locations based on, what you're looking to find. So I would definitely say if you're interested in finding more about our programs and which ones might be a good fit for you, use that tool to just get introduced to how our website works and start navigating to the different program pages and seeing what they have to offer. There's a lot of great information in each one of our programs, including, the course offerings that are available, the university we partner with, housing, pricing, activities, field trips, internships, all of that will be on each one of our program sites. So definitely start exploring that if you haven't. And so to get a little bit closer to the theme of this presentation today, here is a list of some of the most common questions relating to affordability I typically get when I'm talking to students. And so I'm going to be touching on each one of these as we go through. The great thing is that we hope it is more affordable for you than you might realize. And so I'm going to walk you through some of those items first. The thing I want to point out right now is what's on the page. What you should be seeing is a map with all of these little bubbles and the amounts within them. You might be familiar with, especially if you apply for financial aid, the term cost of attendance, which means the cost of attending a program includes your program, the tuition, or in our case, we call that the program fee. So tuition, your housing expenses, your food expenses, any other airfare, transportation fare that you might be spending, personal expenses, food, all of those things included together, you get a cost of attendance. And what you see here in these bubbles are actually the cost of attendance of semester programs. And these are some of our most affordable locations. So we definitely have under the $10,000 mark for end of experience, which might seem pretty high. But if you're talking about cost of attendance, this is usually on par with what a lot of students are paying. And if you're out of state, you might be paying even more than this, just typically for a normal semester. But this is a great way to understand that your program is not just the program, the cost of your program is not just the program fee or tuition, as you probably already know. So one of the great things that we do at USAC, one of the best tools we actually have on our website, and I think it's pretty unique to our organization, is our interactive budget sheet. And you can navigate to any one of these. This is sort of a snippet of what that budget sheet looks like. It looks pretty heavy, but I'll walk you through it in just a second. You can navigate to each one of these by going to our website, choosing a program, clicking on whatever term you'd like to check out, and navigating to the fees and deadlines page within that program. So this one we're looking at is Montevideo, Uruguay, a semester term for 2021. And up at top, you'll see the breakdown of pricing. So there's the program fee, aka tuition, which is $59.80 for the semester. There's the housing options. So you can either stay with a homestay, a host family, which includes breakfast and dinner. And that actually looks like a more affordable route than the residence apartment, which does not include food. So already right off the bat, you have options to find programs that are more within your budget or less within your budget right off the bat. And you have some options too, so you can plug and play to see what works for you. As you work down the page, and again, these are interactive, so when you open this page up, you'll be able to click on any of these amounts and they'll populate in this right-hand side. Take a moment to play around with it to see how it works, and I'm sure you'll understand it in no time. But what you'll find at the end, once you get through all of these different expenses, so if you want to take an optional course with an extra fee attached to it, so for example, the viticultural field study. Viticulture is actually the study of winemaking. So that's going to a bunch of vineyards. That's definitely a course I would be taking, but that's a $200 extra fee, probably for the transportation and the food that you'll be eating or wines that you might be tasting on this tour. You click on these other expenses, you can add those up, and at the end, it will come up with your cost of attendance. And in there, you'll see right at the bottom is the scholarships and savings tab. And that's really to help you understand, okay, now my job is, I understand what the cost of attendance is. What am I anticipating getting in scholarships, financial aid, and grants, all of that, so that you can understand what the final, out-of-pocket expense for you will be. So definitely check that tool out. It's a really awesome resource for you. Next thing I wanted to touch on is financial aid. This is a really important topic, especially if you're trying to study abroad and travel with any financial aid that you do have. We support students by having relationships with universities like yours, where you'll be able to use your federal financial aid. There is more to it than just that though. So what I want to say here is that it's very important to check with your home university's study abroad office or your financial aid office at your home university. And these are some questions to ask. You might want to take a little picture of this so you have this ready when you do go to those appointments and have these conversations, but you'll want to understand what aid that you're getting or used to getting can be transferable. What aid can't be transferable to study abroad. What terms or what lengths might actually give you the best bang for your buck. Perhaps studying abroad over a semester is actually a better route for you because you'll be getting more financial aid, or maybe some, or vice versa. Do I have access to any additional aid? Are there any other additional scholarships that I can know about? Those are really, really important questions. You'll want to talk to your study abroad office about and your financial aid office about. But the good news is federal aid does apply to our programs. Outside of federal aid, there is another really great way for you to garner more financial support for your study abroad program, and that is through our USAC scholarships. We have a very long list of scholarships on our website. If you go to usac.edu and click on Money Matters, you'll find the list of all of our scholarships. But what is really awesome about what we do at USAC is that we have one application for all of the scholarships that we offer. We filter you according to your application into all of the different scholarships you would be eligible for. So we're really taking the work out of it for you, giving you just one application instead of several applications. And with that, the thing to remember is deadlines, early deadlines for scholarship applications. I actually didn't update this, I'm sorry. Or no, this is correct. January and spring, you can see at the bottom of this page, October 15th is the deadline for scholarships then. I believe it was May 1st, this previous spring for the fall. So current students who are out and study abroad right now, they had a May 1st deadline, which was actually pushed back. It's typically March 15th. So if you're thinking about studying next fall, 2022, remember that March 15th is the deadline for the scholarships there. But this is a really important part. If you take anything away from this entire presentation today, it's definitely understand when the scholarship deadlines are, because oftentimes they're much sooner than you would anticipate. And sometimes they're even before your application for your actual study abroad program is due. So definitely jot those dates down and have those in the back of your mind so you can get on top of them soon. So if you're planning on studying abroad in the spring, like hypothetically, you'd only have, what is it, the 10th, you'd have a month from basically this week to get your application in. Here is a list, a small list of some of our scholarship opportunities. I just wanted to give you a sense of what type of options we have, where are they to, what the amount is for, and so that you understand there is a GPA requirement. Most of them are 2.5 and moving up. We've actually just changed all of these GPAs that you see that are 2.5 were actually 3.0 before this semester. So we just lowered that a little bit, making it more accessible to a wider audience of students to apply to our scholarships and then earn those. So hopefully that means that everyone can apply to a scholarship and hopefully get one, right? And what you can see here also is the breakdown of our scholarships. So if you are a first generation student heading to, I don't know, China, and you're studying STEM, you would be already in the running for a first generation regional and STEM scholarship. So that's 3 scholarships with just 1 application. So definitely consider applying to our USAC scholarships. I wanted to show you just a quick glance of what that looks like on our website. Again, you go to usac.edu and you click on Money Matters, or you can just go to usac.edu/scholarships. There's a QR code if you want to head there right now. But once you get here, there's also this other tab called External Study Abroad Scholarships and Databases, and that's what I want to talk about next. Those are national scholarships that you could be eligible for as well. And the big thing to remember here, like I just said before, is the deadlines. A lot of these deadlines will come much sooner than your program actually will run. So consider taking a look at that list today or as soon as possible so you can have an idea of which ones you may be eligible for and which ones you might want to try going after. The thing about these national scholarships is that they will range across the board of who is eligible for them, but also in terms of the amount of work that you have to put in them. Some of them might be very short essays. Others might have a much more involved application process where you have to send in letters of recommendations, transcripts, other documents. So you want to carve out enough time for yourselves to understand what those requirements are and then get through those requirements. to give you a list of some of the like 5-star scholarships, I would say, that we see students get the most, and we actually help students through this process as well, is these 4. Benjamin Gilman Scholarship. You might have heard of this already, or you might not have. If you haven't heard of this and you are receiving a Pell Grant through your financial aid, write this name down. The Benjamin A. Gilman Scholarship is for Pell Grant recipients, and the average award is about $4,000 for the semester. And it's a pretty large application process, but we do have resources on our website. Actually, we have webinars on our website to help guide you through that process. So definitely check out the resources on our Money Matters page. We have tips, advice, and webinars on how to fill out some of these bigger applications. But in addition to the Gilman Scholarship, there's the Boren, there's the Freeman Asia Scholarship, so students heading to Asia for their study abroad program, and the Fund for Education Abroad, which the acronym FEA you might be seeing on our website as well. We have a special partnership with the Fund for Education Abroad, and there's extra funds for students heading to USAC study abroad programs. So again, definitely check these out. Take a photo of this or head to our website to find that extra large list. There's many more that we have on our website than these 4, but these are just some excellent scholarships that a lot of our students get. So moving forward, I'm nearing sort of the end of the session already. I know I only have 25 minutes, and maybe I'll have some time to show you parts of the website. But I wanted to also touch on thinking outside of the box, planning for your study abroad financially. The first thing I wanted to mention here is that we have in this little circle on the side here is a snippet of our blog. Blog.usac.edu is definitely a great place to go, because once you're there, you can click on the financial tab and you'll see student written articles and pieces about how they've planned for their study abroad financially. And some of the things I have them listed here already, like work and saving, that's an obvious one, right? But fundraising, some students have done really interesting work in trying to fundraise for their study abroad opportunities. And they have general advice on how to seek financial support from friends or family as well. And in addition to that, I wanted to mention that one of the things USAC does to help students with their study abroad program is we offer payment plans. So in case you aren't able to pay for your entire program up front, we do have payment plan options that you can enroll in. And all you'd have to do is reach out to us at USAC and say, hey, that's something I'm interested in. Can you tell me about it? And we work with you and enroll you into that payment plan option. But there are some additional pieces I wanted to mention too before I move to the next slide, and that is working while you're abroad. This is not, it doesn't sound like it, you're not going to be getting a full-time job or even a part-time job while you're abroad. But there are a few opportunities on select programs where you can earn some pocket change. This is something that I did while I was abroad because I didn't have money coming in. I didn't have that financial support there. So what I did was in my program, I actually did a little work on the side. And in our programs, you can do that as well to earn some extra cash on the side to pay for groceries or transportation, things like that. So definitely reach out to us if that's something you're really interested in or is really important to you while you go abroad. And so, again, nearing the end here, I did want to point out some of the most affordable options that we have across our programs and break it down by the semester programs and the summer programs. You might be looking at summer, you might be looking at semester, so I wanted to put down both. And I broke it down by region, so you can see where in the world, especially if you have a location in mind, which you might already have, what locations might be the most affordable in that area. So for example, if you're looking to go to Europe over the summer, Bilbao, Spain actually is our most affordable program there over the summer. Where if you want to go to Latin America over the semester, Montevideo and Brazil, Montevideo, Uruguay, and then Florianópolis, Brazil are really affordable locations we have there. So I did want to show you that real quick and then explain to you what sort of comes next in this process of studying abroad. I usually break it down like this. Definitely start your research as soon as you can. Check out our website, use that program finder, take a look at those interactive budget sheets, check out the Money Matters page, really just start exploring and getting those questions that you have together. Next thing you want to do is start having those discussions with the people you need to. So really important to connect with your own study abroad office, to connect with your financial aid officer, if you have one of those, your academic advisor, and to reach out to us if you have any questions about our programs. Like I mentioned before, we do have accessibility to our program advisors. So if you want to learn more about, let's say, the 5 different programs we offer in Spain, you're not sure which one is the best for you, you can reach out to us and we can set you up with an appointment with our Spain advisor so they can walk you through what the difference is. And then there's finally the application process. It's very simple. You go to our website and hit the apply now button. You can click on that right now just to see sort of how the prompts move you through that process before actually, hitting the, complete button. But I did want to just break down for you how to get started. You can also go to our website and go to the Getting Started page to understand this process a little bit more in depth as well. So that's all I have in terms of a presentation. I can take any questions if you have those. I see I have just a few more minutes on the clock, so I'll sit back and see if anyone has questions. But in the meantime, I'll also pop up the website just so I can show you just a few things there.